Hi there and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be working on the template I purchased from Open Gate Quilts, and if you watched my last unboxing from Open Gate Quilts you'll know what I'm talking about. It is the mini fit to be geese template. That really didn't, maybe over here. It's the mini fit to be geese template, and this one is mini, so it's the smaller version. They also have a larger one. I checked just a few days ago to see if the larger one was in stock, and it isn't yet. So in this video I was going to at first just make a couple of the little mini flying geese just to show how it's made, and then just talk about how I liked the template, or if I didn't, or anything like that that came up. But then I decided that to really show how the flying geese look, I decided to just go ahead and make the pattern that was included in the template packaging. I figured that that would really help you see better if you actually see the flying geese in action and sewn together. So this is my little mini quilt made from the pattern provided. The pattern was really easy to follow. So I'm going to walk you through some of the steps of making it and showing the template in action. The first flying geese that you're going to see me trim with this template was the first time I used it ever. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how easy or how hard you think it would be for you to use. So let's just jump right in and get started. So just kidding. Actually, before we get started, I'm going to talk to you about the giveaways that I'm going to do in this video. Yes, I said giveaways. So first, I already talked about it. I'm going to give away one of the mini Fit to be Geese templates. So it hasn't been opened yet or anything. It's just the template. And then I decided to also go ahead and include in this video a giveaway for some of my extra goodies. As you remember, maybe if you saw the video, we are getting ready to move. I have started packing. Very little packing has happened. I think I have like 3 boxes packed total. But I have been organizing and everything like that because we were having to get the house ready for showing. And I found some things from some of my subscription boxes that I get that are either doubles or some things I just can't use because my bobbins like are too big for these. I already have 2 of these magnetic dishes. I have a ton of measuring rulers. I have 2 sets of these quilting gloves already. All stuff that I think are great for you to have, but just either are extras or stuff I can't use. So there are going to be 2 giveaways in this video. So keep on watching for all the details and the keyword that you will have to put in the comment for each giveaway that you want to enter, because I'm giving 2 different words because you may want to just enter for the template, or you may want to just enter for the extra goodies, or you can enter for both. That is fine, but I don't want you to end up winning something that you didn't really want. I really want the person who gets it to really have wanted it. So I thought that was the best way to make that work. So with that said, I'm gonna jump in this time for sure on showing you the template in action, and then later in the video I will give you the keywords for each item that you'll want to give to enter the giveaway. All right, so keep on watching. Okay, I have all the fabric pressed, and I'm gonna start cutting my background first. I like to kind of follow along with the order in the pattern. So I'm starting with the background, and I'll cut strips and cut the strips down into the pieces designated in the pattern. here are a lot of the first cuts, well, all of the first cuts for the background. These are all strips of various sizes, and then squares and rectangles. I do need to cut all of these diagonally twice first, but I'm going to set them aside for now because some of the other squares I'm going to cut for the dark are going to need to be cut diagonally as well, so I'm going to do those all at once. So I'm going to set these to the side and start on the dark fabrics. If you know, all right, so I have a lot of my fabric cut to make some of the flying geese, and I am going to go ahead and sew some of them together just to see how it works. So the flying geese template has a paper to show how to trim the units, and then the pattern diagram also has some info on that. I do want to point out that in with the mini Fit to be Geese template, it does show the 4 different sizes you can make and how to cut your fabric for each unit that you're going to want to make. So these again make really tiny little units. I cut mine to finish at 1 inch by 2 inches per the pattern that I am making here. So what I'm going to do is sew one of these triangles along the side, press it open, and then sew the other triangle along the side, press it open, and then I'm going to use the template to trim it. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and jump in then. Okay, so I have my very first unit sewn, and it is tiny and absolutely adorable. So I'm going to lay it down here, and what it shows for the first cut is to have the dark like sky units, I believe. Yeah, so the sky units is what it's called on here, up, and I'm going to lay the template on here lining up with the seams of the sky units, and kind of make sure I have enough room to have that 1.5 by 2.5 inch marker there, because that is the size of my unit. So then it looks like I trim along the top here. So I'm going to trim that off, and what's really nice is it shows your 1/4 inch seam there so that you know that you'll have your nice points. Okay, so now I turn the unit upside down, and I still leave this template facing up. So this is the first time I'm ever cutting one of these, so bear with me. Okay, so now we're going to line up this rectangle for the 1.5 inch by 2 inch. 2.5 inch. So we're going to line that up there, and we're going to make sure that point is in the center and trim across. Okay. So just being, I probably won't ever be this super careful again. But I'm trying to be super careful. Okay, so we're going to trim the top again. Okay. Now we're going to rotate the unit. And again, we're still lining up at that, where is it? Okay, where do I line it up? Oh, along the side. So 1.5 by 2.5. And let me see, rotate. So we use the center line to make sure it is straight. Oh, I see there. So I need to align on the red, but I'm not sure how to know if I'm not trimming off too much from the top or bottom. It says to use a center line to make sure. Let me read this and make sure. Okay, so by center line, it means 1.5 by 2.5. Then it has a red line here that connects to show that you're in the center of the block. So you got to have that all lined up and then trim. So I'm going to make sure that my red line for that block is there and the red lines line up around the little mini geese. And trim. This is a tiny, tiny, tiny little block. There's no way I could just make one of these. Okay, so let me get my block lined up. It's that red line along the middle. The red line's all lined up along the side, and I'll trim the other side. And there we go. I mean, it definitely looks like a perfect little flying geese. It is adorable. So what I'm going to do is make some more of these. You saw I have them in 2 different dark tone colors. So I'm going to get those made up and I'll see how they sew together, if they sew together really nicely, or how that all works. So let's see. Okay, so now that I have my very first little mini flying geese sewn, and I know my cuts are right, I know how it needs to be pieced, what I'm going to do is chain piece one side onto each of these. So I have it all stacked up, lined up, ready to go, and I'll just line each one up and sew one side onto all of them. This just makes it go a little bit faster for me because I'm not doing one at a time. Sewing one on, then pulling it out, snipping it, pressing it, sewing the other side on. So, you know, snipping it, pressing it, and then trimming it, and then coming back and sewing. I can do all my sewing on one side and then go press all of that side and then sew the other side on, press all those, and then trim them all at once, because there's going to be a lot of these. There's 44 with this dark background, and I think it was 24 with this background. So a lot of little mini flying geese, and any way that you can make it go a little bit easier will help you out a lot. So I'm gonna sew all these on and just keep sitting here sewing them just like this, and I'll do all of this dark background and then I'll do all of the next dark background, press them all, and do the other side. Okay, so I have one side of both of the dark colors sewn on to the flying geese. So now I'm just going to chain piece the other side of the flying geese on to all of the other sides. So I'm just going to chain piece them all on, and work through it that way. Then again, press each side open and trim them with my mini Fit to Be Geese trimmer. All right, so I know I already showed you the finished quilt, but I think it is so much fun to see everything getting put together and then to really see the final project. The colors are just so much fun, really gorgeous. And if you recognize my little quilt holder, this was from my Jenny's Countdown to Christmas box. So finally coming in handy again, because if you saw in the background, it's been hanging up over there without a little quilt on it. So I finally have something to put on there. All right, so let me first talk about the template. in the video, I showed you the first time I used it, and then 1 or 2 times after. I've been recording this over a span of a few days because we've had a lot going on. So bear with me. But I ended up making, I think it was 68 or something, little mini flying geese with this. And I will tell you, the first 2 or 3 times it was really, I was really getting it figured out and how to best use it, understanding the different line segments here and what they mean and which ones I want to use. So I will admit it was very slow going at first. I was like, this is in no way going to be, you know, like a quick project. And anytime I have to use this, it's going to be a lot of trimming. But if you think about any other templates you might have used, like I really, really love the pineapple template and the log cabin template. I think it really makes nice, perfect blocks. And then I really love the clearly perfect slotted trimmer. The first few times I used any of those, it took me a long time to make one of the blocks or to trim something because I was really weary of cutting something wrong. So when I got the hang of any of those and the hang of this template, everything went a lot faster. I was a lot more confident, and it didn't take as long to do each cuts. So keep that in mind. I really love it. I really think the flying geese turned out much better than they typically do for me. All the points are pretty lined up straight along this strip. It's one thing when you have it in different parts of the quilt, like here, where you may not see how straight they line up together because they're farther apart. But when you have them in a row like this, it is really noticeable if you cut them a little off and the points aren't going straight down. So it just looks really, really beautiful. And they're such tiny little flying geese. So to get them that perfect at that size is really impressive to me. So I highly recommend this template. I'm going to keep an eye out for the larger one because I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes out because I think it is well worth it, especially if you make flying geese a lot. Now, the only issue would be is if the measurement you're needing isn't on the template. So that's really the only thing I could see you running into. I thought it was awesome, and I could totally see taking some of these elements and making a really large quilt out of it, like just doing this star, doing a bunch of them, making a quilt, and then you could easily fit some flying geese around the border like this. So I'm really happy with the purchase. I see myself being able to use it a lot, and I highly recommend it. All right, so for the giveaway, if you would like to enter to win the mini Fit to Be Geese template, what you need to put in the comments is however you want to work it in, just put the word, but just put geese in the template, and that will let me know you want to be entered to win this product. Make sure it isn't a comment on its own, because what I'm going to do is put the just copy and paste the URL code for the video here into a randomizer, and that is going to be what picks the winner from the comment. So if your comment is a reply to something I post or something somebody else posted, it's not gonna, it may not pull the keyword and give you an entry for it. So geese, make sure you get that word in a comment somewhere if you would like to be entered to win this. And if you would like to be entered to win these extra goodies, make sure to put the word extra in a comment that is individual, and you'll be entered to win this box of wonderful extra quilting supplies of mine. So good luck. Just make sure that you are a resident of the United States. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. See what else is there. This is not affiliated with YouTube or anything like that. These are just products that I have purchased on my own, and am giving away as a thank you to all of you guys for watching my videos, for getting me to 3,000 subscribers. I really am just astonished by that and very, very grateful. So it's completely through me. So make sure you're 18 years or older, a resident in the United States. The address that I'm mailing them to will need to be in the US because it is super expensive and super hard to spend it or send it outside of the US right now. So I apologize for that. I really am grateful to all of you who watch that are outside of the US. Hopefully one day I can do a giveaway to extend to all of you all as well. Let me see. So the deadline to enter, let me think on that. I'm just super unorganized today, aren't I? That's funny because I had a negative comment recently on one of my videos where they said I need to write a script to stay on track, basically. I'm very grateful for the constructive criticism. It just made me laugh because I comment about it all the time in my videos that I ramble like I'm doing right now. So yeah, I just am who I am. So I will never be one to sit down and write a script for these, so I apologize. So what I decided is that the deadline to enter will be July 22nd because that is my sister's birthday. And if you haven't already, go check out her channel, A Day with Jennifer. I think I have it in the description below. I think I just always put it in there because I love her and you should check out her channel. So that'll be the deadline to enter. Probably 9 p.m. Central, that is my time zone, just because I would like to get it done because I'm going to have everything packaged ready to go and hopefully get the information from whoever wins quickly and get it shipped out before we really get a lot of boxes in here and I don't get it out as timely as I would like to. So make sure you put your comment below by the 22nd and hopefully I can get back to you guys on the next day on who won the giveaway. With that said, make sure that you are checking back to see who wins because sometimes it's really hard to contact you guys if you don't leave me an email or something like that. I'll always reply to you that you won, but if you're not checking your notifications or getting emails from YouTube that I replied to you, I can't get your mailing address that way. So either in the comment, leave your email address if you're comfortable with that, or make sure you check your notifications to see if you got an email notification from me that you won. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments as well what you thought of my project, how you thought it turned out. It is gorgeous, and hopefully the next project that I will be able to get done in the midst of all this chaos and moving is the other large project from Open Gates that I got and the two small ones. I think I'm going to do the two small ones together in one video just to kind of streamline that because they should be pretty quick to put together. And I have my American Glory quilt to work on too. I've been really wanting to sit down and work on that one. But a lot of you asked for the review of the mini template first, so I wanted to get to that. All right, you guys, until next time, I hope you are having a wonderful summer. All right, you guys, bye.